Hey, Frank, so I know this is going to be kind of super small sample size theater, and it's just one game looking at the tape, but it seemed like plus minus wise, the starters, so the big lineup actually did fine, were a plus with JaVale's minutes, and some of the smaller units got a little more stagnated. Did you see anything in particular in that game? Is that accurate, and what can you extrapolate from that moving forward in the series lineup wise?
Well, I'll keep, my opinions on our lineups kind of close to my vest right now. We continue to evaluate. We got off to a strong start in the game. The starting lineup did have a positive plus minus. But we'll continue to evaluate what the best way to beat the Houston Rockets is. And we'll just leave it at that.
Hey, Frank, what can you guys do to help Anthony have more success when PJ Tucker's guarding him?
We've talked about a lot of that in film, and again, not really going to get into what that looks like. You'll have to see it play out, but certainly we want to put all of our guys, in particular Brown and AD, in the best position to be successful. And AD still had a strong night, but there's some things we can do a little bit differently.
Hey, Frank. Usually over the course of a series, teams and coaches will try to make their opponents play out of character, into a different style that works better for them, less for their opponent. But with the Rockets being so unusually constructed, with their roster, it's very unique. Are they a team that can be made to play differently? Like, is that? Do you understand what I'm asking? Like, is that an option?
Yeah, well, they don't really have the option to go big. I mean, they've made an organizational decision to create this style of play, and I think they're going to sink or swim with it. I believe. I mean, that's more a question for them. But I believe you're going to see this style regardless of what the results look like.
Hey, Frank. LeBron talked a lot yesterday about the Rockets' speed and about how the Lakers can make adjustments in terms of matching that speed and being better prepared for it. What do you think the key to doing that is?
Just understanding, like he said, you can show it to them all you want on tape. You can talk about it. The answers were given to the test going into it. But again, even though something's coming, when it happens with speed in an environment like an athletic setting like this, sometimes it just takes a little while to get used to that speed. So, hopefully we got a taste of it. We'll be better in game 2.
All right, you guys can go ahead.
Kyle Good?
Yeah, just sort of following up on that. Some guys, like Alex said after last night, I don't think we played as hard as we could. Watching film, especially on defense yesterday, how much of the balance of maybe missing some defensive assignments or being late on rotations was effort, and how much was just conceptually, I have to be here for this, and sort of learning the Rockets a little bit?
Yeah, I think we can be sharper for sure. I don't think that we didn't play hard. I thought we competed and played hard. Sometimes you can lose focus when the ball's not going to the basket, and I think there was an element of that. But we played against this style. A lot of teams in the NBA play 5-out basketball, and we know we have to do to get the job done. We just got to do it better.
Anyone else here? Brian?
Obviously, LeBron has a pretty significant size advantage on the guy covering him, 5-6 inches. Is there a thought that, but he's also one of the great, initiators from the perimeter. How do you balance maybe whether there's some times to put him inside or whether he's just too valuable to you playing on the outside?
You use the word right there. It's a balance, and you gotta strike that balance within the game. Obviously he's super effective bringing the ball up and orchestrating the action and attacking from the top. So, but he is also effective in the low post as well. So we'll continue to evaluate and strike that balance.
Tanya?
Is the way that you used Rondo yesterday, the number of minutes that he played, what you wanted going in, and then also how did he come out of the game?
Yeah, I think he came out fine. I didn't get any report that there was any residual effects, and I probably played him more than I anticipated playing him because Alex was in foul trouble.
Kyle?
I know I asked before the game, but actually having gone through it, What'd you miss about not having Jason physically on the court, and was it sort of a more extreme adaptation of what you guys have already had to do without Lionel?
Yes, it was, more of an adaptation. Obviously we miss Coach Lionel, so to have a second assistant coach not there was impactful, but we had a great understanding of what we need to do to beat this team. It's just like anybody that would be missing their top advisor would feel that. And, I definitely felt it without Jason being around last night. So, hopefully he's a little better. He's with us today, not moving very well, but he is with us today. And, hopefully he'll be with us tomorrow night.
And I think Will has one last one back in.
Yeah, Mike Trill.
Hey, Frank, I want to ask just one question about LeBron. And during the regular season, there was some thought about, wanting to find more time to have him not have to initiate all of the offense and such. And I just wonder how much, if at all, that ratio changes in playoff games. If it's like less of a concern to have other guys take some of the load because he's the best in the world at doing it. How does that balance from the playoffs as opposed to the regular season?
Yeah, I think, it really, to me, is a series-to-series thing. And, just like we're measuring, whether we want to be big or small at the center position, whether we have another ball handler out there with LeBron is also something that we've balanced throughout the year. We've had, obviously, we've started most of our games with him as the primary ball handler and played other lineups with either Alex Caruso or Rajon Rondo or Quinn Cook. A secondary ball handler out there with him. And, we've done both throughout the year and struck a balance throughout the year. And that same mindset that we're measuring from game to game applies to this series as well.